Hey everyone, let's talk more gameplay here. Let's get into it. Hacking in Cyberpunk 2077 may seem complicated at first, and the guide they provide isn't super helpful, but once you do it a few times, you'll see it's actually pretty easy. I'm going to explain how it works and show you a few examples. First, here's the guide they provide. Typically, each hack offers 3 variants, which are essentially easy, medium, and hard, with the hardest offering the best rewards. They don't go into specifics, but after some testing, I found that each level offers random quick hack components of different rarity levels and a set number of eddies. Eddies are slang for Eurodollars, which is the currency in the game, so that's what you should be trying to accumulate as much of as you can. Doing the hardest hack is a quick way to get some extra currency whenever possible. The easiest hack will get you 162 eddies, medium will get you 324, and the hardest will get you 486. As a side note, while hacking, the world around you pauses, so you can do it in the middle of a mission and there won't be any repercussions in the background. So, the first thing you want to focus on is the buffer section, to see how many chances you're going to have to choose the correct sequence. This will usually be 3 or 4. If you need more, you did it wrong. Now, let's look at the sequence that will be needed for the hardest hack. In this case, it's E9, 55, and 7A. You will need to find these choices in the code matrix on the left in a specific order. The order alternates from vertical to horizontal, or from column to row, with your first choice being horizontal or column. Ideally, you will find your first sequence in one of the first columns horizontally. If not, you will need to select the column that has your first sequence in one of its rows, but don't pick it just yet. Let's do an example first. We can see that none of the first columns horizontally have our first sequence, E9, so let's move down and see which one of the next rows has it. The first choice is a column, so the next choice will be a row, so E9 has to be in a row somewhere. We can see that in this case, E9 appears all the way on the right in the second row. So let's start from here and see if this E9 will allow us to find the next value in our sequence. Since this E9 was selected vertically, the next sequence will have to be selected horizontally in this same row. So does this row with E9 have our next sequence 55? Yes, here it is. And now that we selected horizontally, we need to select vertically next. So does that column with 55 have our last sequence 7A? Yes, it does. So that's it. We solved this one. Our first choice has to be 55 all the way on the top right, because that gets us into this column where we can select E9 next, which gets us into this row where we can select 55 next, which gets us into this column where we can select 7A next. And that's all there is to it. I recommend doing this with the cursor on your screen before making any selections, because that may not always work. You may find the first sequence somewhere but not be able to find the second sequence in that row or column, and then you'll have to start over. I'm going to show a few more clips of different scenarios so you can see me finding different sequences. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll help you out. And as always, if you found this video informative or helpful, please leave a like and subscribe. It really does help. Take care.